Hi everyone, so just got a little electrical job today. Not done any YouTube videos for a long time, so this should be a nice simple one. Got a pull cord in the bathroom. Is start to play up. You gotta pull it numerous times before the mechanism actually works. I know these things have moving parts in them, so almost, yeah, now we're on. So, should be straightforward. Gonna go and pick one up from Screwfix today. They're only about £4 or just over. So, we'll have a little look at that and see how that one goes. Alright guys, just been down the local DIY store and picked up a British General new pull cord switch for a whole £4.18, so nice and cheap. So got a very nice distinctive feel about that, whereas mine feels a bit vague. That's got a nice solid action to it. But the one in my bathroom must be about 35-year-old, so can't grumble and say it hasn't lasted very well. So we'll open it up and have a look what's inside. Have a little nosy, see what we got inside here. So, flathead screws for a change. Miserable day outside, chucking it down with rain, strong winds. A little point to get your earth lead inside. Got captive screws, so that's good. You're not going to lose them when you're trying to put them in. So yeah, looks very straightforward. Just two connections. Did see on the website you get two-way switching for these, so I'm not quite sure what that would be on. Now you got the scenario like your staircase where you can turn it on at the bottom of the stairs and then turn it back off at the top. So I'm not quite sure what scenario you'd have this sort of switch where you'd need that option for it. But should be a very simple job. Looks like it's just going to be the two wires and possibly the earth wire if that's still in the ceiling. Right, I shall crack on with it. So I did in my previous videos, I think this was only about £5. These kind of vault pens are worth having just to check when things are live or not. Not the most safe sort of method, but they're good for a quick indication. So obviously we'll come down and kill the breaker for the upstairs lights. Where are we? Obviously the light fittings turned off, but always worth double checking because you never know when something's maybe been wired wrong and been a bit of DIYing going on. Light on the scene. Doesn't appear to be an earth wire, I don't think, but that does look like a rather old system. Get this light shining up here. can be a little bit awkward to film this. Obviously it's a bit hard to have my camera up here while I'm working, but got 2 screws, one either side. That's obviously holding it in place. Nicely caught in the cup. Get this one out, we'll be able to see the screws then, and the wires rather. And we have got the other terminal. So yeah, it's just going to be to figure out which one is the permanent live. I can see any markings on here. But yeah, one's going to be live and the other one's probably going to have L1 on it. So the live is obviously the permanent live, and then the L1 will be the switch live. So yeah, it should be straightforward. I've got that down, so it's a bit hard to actually film because obviously being up on the ceiling there's nowhere to mount my camera, but on this particular fitting doesn't actually appear to say live or switch live, but I say this switch must be got to be like a 34, 35-year-old at least. That's how long I've been in the building. But I'm sure on the other one it probably will have it marked live and switch live, so I'll just pop the power back on. So I'll just figure out which one of these 2 wires is the live wire with my little volt pen. Okay, buzzing on that one, not on that one. So that lets you know which one is the feed wire. So that's the wire coming from the consumer unit. When you use the switch and make the connection inside, then that sends the wire on this one. That's the one going up to the light tube. Getting a little bit, probably just because I'm so close to the other wire, but that's definitely the live one. And that's the wire going to your light bulb. So at least I know now, because I've got a feeling it will specify which is which on the new light switch. Guys, don't know whether you'll be able to see this or not, but on this one, this bottom one is marked common. That's the one that you'll put your live feed into. Then we've got L1 over there is where the switch live going to the bulb is. And as I said earlier, that you can get these in 2-way switching. You've actually got the other terminal. It was going to be a 2-way switching, but they've obviously just not put the brass bit in. So it saves them money just doing one light fitting rather than making 2 different ones. So obviously they just leave the brass connection out of the one that's going to be single switching. So not sure what you'd use that for, unless you're living in a posh house with a big bathroom and you've got like, you can come in from the corridor and then maybe there's an ensuite door coming from your bedroom, so you need a switch either end of the bathroom. So I suppose some people are lucky enough to be living in big houses like that, but we're certainly not that posh here. So this will be a very simple job, guys. Literally just 2 wires and wire to join up. So definitely a DIY job, this one. Obviously you just gotta be sure you've turned the power off, and so obviously working with electrics can be dangerous, but yeah, definitely not something you'd need to call an electrician in for. So I shall crack on and get it changed. Well, guys, that's down. Got the new fitting. I can put that shroud thing back on. I might do just cover up this bit looking a little bit rough. So I will use the original, there was just one screw in the other one, so I'll use that. Looks like a bit of board or something's been put up there to screw into. I'll do that, and then I'll just slightly offset it round so the other screw will be in here somewhere and hopefully hit that board again. Easy peasy. That's everybody, job done. It's been pretty simple. I left that little shroud off in the end. The plaster around it wasn't too bad actually, so just need to touch up the paint a little bit. But no, simple job. I'd say pretty well anybody could do that as long as you're confident working with electrics. Obviously you've just got to be certain you've turned the power off to it. But literally 3 wires, if you can wire up a household plug, then you can do this job as well. So I've kept my cable pretty short, being my light switch is actually quite a bit away from the wall in this room, because this bathroom used to be a separate toilet and bathroom, and I knocked the wall down, so that light switch originally would have been the bathroom side over there, so that was probably right up against the wall. So you can see it's well away from the edge, so don't want the cable hanging all the way down here. So I might move it at some point, or these new Kinetic switches, I might have a go at installing one of them just to see if I can. That's where you don't actually have to have an actual wired switch. It's all kind of done from kinetic energy, just sending a little pulse. Plenty of videos on YouTube and they look quite straightforward to install, so I might have a go at some point just for the fun of it. This house probably is well in need of a rewire, because I did have originally the old pull-out fuses, and that was changed before I bought the place from the council. So got a normal fuse board now, a modern fuse board, but all the wiring is who knows how old. And now a little bit of my lighting wiring got nibbled on by the squirrels, which I just patched up. But yeah, I might have a go at doing that at some point, which I've said in the past, but I think to just do your lighting upstairs, I don't think that'd be too complicated for a DIY. But yeah, that's a very simple job if you needed it. And so that was the range from about £2.50 going up to about £12. That one was £4.18, and that was a British General, so a known brand in the electric world. So you don't have to spend a fortune. I'd say you certainly don't need to pay for an electrician. That's definitely a DIY job. So I hope that's of some help to somebody.